First, we need to debunk the complete protein myth. Yes, of course, an animal is a complete protein, and so am I, and so are you.
Animals became a complete protein from the vegetation that they eat. A complete protein is the end result of what the body creates from the food that we consume. And it's not needed for consumption in the beginning phases. Chica, did you eat a chicken to become a chicken? How about beef? If this is all true, then why do meat eaters have bigger muscles than plant eaters? Well, stay tuned, because I've got the answer for you today. In muscle building, the goal is to remain in an anabolic state, a repair state of the muscle, for the maximum amount of time possible. And nitrogen retention is the optimal state to keep you in an anabolic state. And the way that half the steroids on the market actually work is that they efficiently increase nitrogen retention in the muscles. And nitrogen retention is where our nitrogen intake is greater than our nitrogen output. Nitrogen naturally occurs in substances called purines. They're heavily present in meat, fish, and poultry. Cheese, eggs, nuts, and seeds are all very low purine foods, hence they are low in nitrogen. What are purines? Well, if you go to Google, the definition that pops up is a colorless crystalline compound with basic properties forming uric acid on oxidation. Yes, I am raw vegan, but I'm not against when people eat animal products. However, if a person overdoes the meat, then the excess uric acid can result in issues in the long run. It can create kidney stones, and our muscles suck up this uric acid like a sponge. When it reaches saturation point, they can start to crystallize and cause all sorts of issues such as rheumatism, sciatica, neuritis, and any other muscle ailments. So, the reason why meat eaters get bigger muscles is due to the nitrogen content in the purine foods that they eat. It's not the nourishment from the meat that gives us bigger muscles, just like it's not nourishment from the steroids that also gives us bigger muscles.
According to the USDA's Food Composition Database website, 100 grams of almond butter has just as much protein as 100 grams of beef. And 100 grams of hemp seeds has 50% more protein compared to 100 grams of beef. Even though these plant foods have the same amount or more protein compared to meat, the argument has always been that plant foods are not a complete protein. The body can't accept a complete protein. The physiological processes of the body don't work this way. The villi that line the small intestines sucks up the molecules from the food that we eat. And through osmosis, our blood takes these molecules, and by way of the hepatic vein, it brings these molecules to the liver, where these molecules are segregated into their individual atoms. The liver then catalogs these atoms and assigns these atoms to new molecules that are needed by the body at that moment in time, which may be entirely different from those in the meat that we ate. Our nutrition works on an atomic molecular level, and the liver disregards all instructions given by doctors, paleo and ketogenic experts to the end disposition of the atomic elements from the meat that we eat. The liver can't utilize a whole compound like a complete protein. If you were to break down all of the amino acids into their molecular formula, you would end up with carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, and oxygen. And then 4 of the other amino acids also either have a sulfur or an iodine component. It's these atoms that form the amino acid molecules, which in turn builds proteins such as muscle and collagen in the human body. And we want these atomic elements in their alive, living, magnetic form. Vegetable juices have all of the atomic elements needed in order to build every last amino acid in the human body. Even though mainstream nutrition has it wrong, according to the information supplied by the USDA, 32 ounces of carrot juice per day would satisfy all of your amino acid requirements. Why are guys so insecure anyway and need huge muscles? What?
I need to make my muscles look big. I'm doing a video. The goal should be to rebuild tissue, organs, skin, nails, hair. Vegetable juices like carrot juice is the ideal way to do this. They shoot in just like a rocket ship and there are 0 byproducts involved. All of the nutrition is utilized unlike any other food. I'm not against eating meat, but it's recommended not to eat more than 4 to 6 ounces 3 to 4 times a week. Trust me, while you might not have huge muscles, when you're 60, you will thank me for all of the collagen repair and beauty that you have achieved from taking in these living atomic elements. It doesn't get better than this. If you like this video, please share. This is Matt Monarch with the Raw Food World, where we are taking your health to the next level.